gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Out of Garner, where the community is in mourning after a WakeMed campus police officer was shot and killed in the line of duty. This is video from that scene at the WakeMed Garner Healthplex. According to WakeMed, Officer Roger Smith was working in the emergency department lobby when he was shot and killed after a struggle.
So we have a police officer who is, I guess, stationed at this hospital, WakeMed Hospital, and unfortunately his life was taken. And I can't really speak to why the man who shot and killed this officer did it, but it's just another case of senseless violence. They did get a man in custody, and the man who was killed, the police officer Roger Smith, he was a guy who was trying to protect this hospital. And his life was cut short, unfortunately. I believe he was 59 years old. Not super old, still had some life in him. So it's terribly tragic that this happened. I don't know exactly how the sequence of events went down. I'm just getting the first reports. But RIP to this officer. Man, it's just a crazy story.
Garner police say a person of interest is in custody and there is no threat to the public. North Carolina SBI are assisting with that investigation. In North Carolina, Governor Josh Stein released the following statement on social media. It reads, quote, "My heart goes out to the family of Officer Roger Smith, who was killed protecting patients and their families. Law enforcement officers put themselves in harm's way to keep us safe, and we are forever grateful for Officer Smith's sacrifice. Please pray for his family and the entire WakeMed community in their time of need."
We're also following a developing story in Garner, where a man is in custody accused of shooting and killing a WakeMed campus police officer. Benji Martin is charged with murder after Officer Roger Smith was shot and killed during a struggle inside the emergency department lobby. Police say Officer Smith died at the scene, and medical personnel say his actions likely stopped a larger loss of life.
Yeah, so they're saying that, maybe the shooter was going on a rampage. Maybe he had a target in mind, but this officer kind of stopped him in his tracks. So this was an act of bravery, and he ended up giving his life in order to save others. Definitely living up to the protect and serve shield that they wear, and really honored the badge. So man, this is just a very unfortunate situation, and they did release the name of a suspect. I'm gonna have to get that in the thumbnail, or if they mention it in the video, because I don't quite remember. But unfortunately, this is another interracial murder. Now, obviously, the dynamics are different, but the results are still the same. The outrage isn't like super loud as far as on social media goes for this particular story, but there are other stories that are continuing to kind of stoke the racial tensions, if you will. And I think these stories do need to be highlighted. I think people need to understand what's going on. A lot of repeat offenders, crashing out. Maybe there's something, prior beef. I don't know, maybe a run-in with the law. Maybe he was bounced out of the hospital. Who knows? We can only continue to wonder as the details reveal themselves. But very, very sad story here. Just another case of these super gremlins on demon time.
A procession was held for Smith yesterday afternoon from WakeMed Raleigh to the state medical examiner's office. Smith was 59 years old. North Carolina Governor Josh Stein expressing his sympathy for Officer Smith on social media, writing in part, quote, "My heart goes out to the family of Officer Roger Smith, who was killed protecting patients and their families. Law enforcement officers put themselves in harm's way to keep us safe, and we are forever grateful for Officer Smith's sacrifice."
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Yeah, I spoke with some co-workers of Roger Smith here at WakeMed. They tell me that he was someone who always wanted to keep people safe and that he enjoyed what he did, and we lost a great person when this happened. Now, we're still working to learn more details about what led up to this, but as far as we know, we do know that there was some kind of altercation that happened inside the Healthplex here in the lobby, and we know that is when Officer Roger Smith was shot. We also know that the suspect in this case, Benji Martin Jr., also shot during that altercation. He is now under medical supervision, but
Okay, so it looks like the officer got a shot in. Again, the suspect's name is Benji Martin Jr. Definitely crashed out in this instance. And, man, it looks like it was a shootout, and the officer did end up, at least preventing more of a loss of life, as they pronounced earlier.
Eventually, he will be taken to the Wake County Detention Center facing murder charges. Now, again, still unclear what led up to that altercation, but the police chief calling this a heartbreaking and senseless act of violence. Now, we do know right now the SBI is now assisting with this investigation. We'll, of course, continue to follow up on this and let you know as soon as we know more. For now, we're live. Tom George, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
We are working to find out more about what led to a shooting that killed a WakeMed campus police officer and injured the suspected shooter on Saturday. Officer Roger Smith worked for WakeMed for more than a decade. He was beloved across the community. WRAL's Heidi Kirk joins us live from Garner. And Heidi, what questions are you working to answer today?
Renee, we have so many questions. There's really just a lack of clarity overall when it comes to exactly what led up to that shooting here at the emergency department that ultimately killed Officer Smith. Now, you can see a photo of him here yesterday. We talked to people who knew him, and you really just echoed that sentiment. He was beloved. Now, the latest update that we've got from Garner Police is that the suspect in this case, Benji Martin Jr., is still in the hospital as of this morning, recovering from a gunshot wound himself. Now, WakeMed confirmed that a struggle led up to the shooting in the emergency department's lobby. Now, we want to know, what did that struggle look like? Whose gun was used in the shooting? A lot of questions still hanging out there. Now, police say Martin is currently in custody and under medical supervision, but when he is released from the hospital, Martin will be taken to the Wake County Detention Center. Now, we have posed lots of those questions to Garner Police, the SBI, and of course, right here at WakeMed, trying to get those answers. Throughout the day, we are going to be pressing those officials for the answers, and we'll bring you whatever we get.
Wow. So, not too many details on how the altercation went down, but you do have loss of life here with this officer, brutally killed, trying to protect these sick people in the hospital. I mean, you got, cancer patients, you got people on dialysis, you got people who have, long-lasting ailments, who are just trying to, figure out their health situation. So for someone to come in here with a gun trying to harm people is absolutely appalling. These super gremlins are on demon time.
The SBI, and of course, right here at WakeMed, trying to get those answers. Throughout the day, we are going to be pressing those officials for the answers, and we'll bring you whatever we get in our newscast tonight. Heidi Kirk, W Real News in Garner.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.